What are the options available for Pakistan? Of course, as I said, Saudi Arabia has assured safe supply route to Pakistan. What options are available in Pakistan as both LNG and petroleum products are in high demand and engine of the growth?
So, Mateen sir, my view on this is dual, and this is pure economic view. So let's start with what you can do yourself,
Hmm.
and then move on to the exogenous or the external help that you need. So
Hmm.
internally, and I've written about this, and if you follow my Twitter account, I write, kind
Okay.
of a Substack, a very detailed account. So here's my view on that, and I'm going to read. Energy demand management framework is something that Pakistan should put forward and put forward very quickly. I'm sure authorities are very smart and they know. And the first part of that framework is work patterns, which means work from home, which means hybrid working,
Hmm.
which means days off, which means staggered timings, which means virtual
Hmm.
meetings, which means school closures. We have Eid festival coming up. We can
True.
have a longer holiday, and maybe shift part of the June July holidays, which are summer holidays across the world, back. So this
Hmm.
is your first line of defense. Your second line of defense is mobile management, or what we call mobility
Exactly.
management. And that comes from the fact that you reduce quotas of, let's say you have a quota of 200 liters of petrol or gas.
Hmm.
Let's say I
Hmm.
was to reduce it to 100, your behavior would change and your mobility would change. You would carpool with me. We would drive together. So things that we've done in COVID in Pakistan was like the benchmark of doing these
Hmm.
things. I was with the government, and I mean, we did it superbly, and came out really, really with a feather in our cap. So
Hmm.
the third thing that we must do is what we used to do when we were energy deficient, which was conservation protocols in offices, factories, private, public, all
Hmm.
areas, and which are pretty simple, which are laid down, which we can do when we have to ramp up in the evening. For example, we would not have to use the diesel, we would not have to
Hmm.
use the fossil fuels, because we would not be ramping up anymore, because we
Hmm.
would be conserving. So that's a and then all over public behavior, the discretionary movement that we do, can we really curtail that? We can.